This is Agathe. And I work for Jeunes School in France. I just want you to know that this is a webinar with emlyon Business School. And if you can hear me, can you please send something on the chat just to say hello, just to know if it's okay for you? If you can hear me, it's okay. Okay, perfect. So thank you. So hi, Magat. I work for Jeunes School in France and for fashion, engineering, and management schools in France. Today, I'm here with representatives from emlyon Business School. So Marion and Adeline. So hello.
Hi.
And they are development and admissions coordinator at emlyon. Today, we will discuss the introduction to Jeunes School in France, the introduction to emlyon. There is some questions for emlyon, and they will answer in details, and you can write all the questions on the chat. All the details about the programs and the requirements. So the requirement is a technical part, and the process in 3 steps to apply online through Jeunes School in France, and of course all the benefits to join a master's in France. So now this is the introduction to emlyon.
Hi everyone, I'm Marion. I will talk about our school, which is emlyon Business School. So you have to know that it was founded in 1872. So kind of an old school. We present all over the world with 6 campuses. So we have 3 in France, 1 in Lyon, where we are, 1 in Saint-Etienne, 1 in Paris, and 3 abroad, which is 1 in Shanghai, China, 1 in Casablanca in Morocco, and another 1 in India. So our school, we have more than 30,000 alumni, in about 120 different countries. We also have 181 academic partners with their university or other schools where you can have an exchange or something like that. And we have partnerships with more than 1,600 companies, so big companies, smaller ones, it depends. We have roughly about 7,200 students. They are from everywhere in the world. They are from 90 different countries, 90 different nationalities. And as for the faculty, we have about 150 professors. About half of them are from abroad. So as you can see, we are a very international school, but also with kind of French values.
Thank you. And what are the specifications of your master's in management?
Hi, hi everyone, I'm Adeline. So at emlyon Business School, you can create your own path and rhythm to prepare your future career plan. So we offer more than 200 elective courses like finance, digital marketing, data sciences, and so on. And whole leitmotif is learning by doing. So whole pedagogic method is focused on online and face-to-face courses and a lot of team projects. About professional experiences, we will ask you to do a minimum of 12 months in internships. If you're interested, you can grow up your international exposure with a multi-site approach with a minimum of 6 months outside France. So to do all of it, you need to make a choice between 2 possibilities. First, you can choose the fast track. That means you do the program in 2 years, but if you choose this possibility, you can do an academic exchange or a multi-campus experience because the time to do all requirements diploma will be too short. Second possibility, you can choose to do the program in 3 years, and now we talk about the long track. if you choose this possibility, we can do the best experience of emlyon Business School because you will have time to do what you want. So whatever your choice, the first year from September to April is a common core because each of you has a different profile. So you need to get all basics to pursue the program. Then you will organize your own rhythm and path with your pedagogy advisor to be sure that your objectives correspond with your career plan. And to finish, we offer a personal path because we know that sometimes it's a little bit difficult to have a clear career project. So if you have not decided yet, don't worry, the latches of courses and the flexible program structure will help you to determine and test a career path. And if on the opposite you have a clear target, you can focus on the expertise and the experiences you will prepare from the beginning.
Thank you so much. And now it's welcome to France to do a master in management.
Okay, it's my turn. So welcome to France. Actually, I'm from China, and I have to say, firstly, in France, the tuition fee is less expensive comparing with America and England. And but however, the most important is that well, the France personally is very charming country for me, and I studied French before, and in France there is this kind of Comigo, the program like Comigo, and it is very friendly to for us that we do not have business background, but we can get into this kind of business career in the future. So I think it's very friendly to us, and also in this this system we have to do the internship in this during the master degree. So for us, it's easier. It's easier to get into our career path through this way. So I chose to come to France.
Thank you so much. This is a good choice. And now, what are the career opportunities after a master in management?
Hi everyone, I'm Danielle and I come from Cameroon. And about the career opportunities, there are many career opportunities, and it really depends on your background, and it also depends on what you want to do. You have a path in finance, HR, logistics, supply chain, strategy management, digital marketing, and entrepreneurship. You have around 200 courses for the second year to be chosen. So you have a very large range of choice, and it really depends on what you want to do, and it also depends on your background. If you already know what you want to do, and even if you are not sure of what you want to do, you have many people, you have a whole career center here to help you define your choice, and that's it.
Thank you so much. So maybe you want to, if you want to add something about emlyon, this is the moment. It's your turn. If it's okay for you, I can follow with the second part of this webinar.
I would just say that we get often asked if to speak French is mandatory to come here. It is not, yes, because we have I think every courses can be in English, so you can choose either to have everything in English or to have half French, half English. It's whatever you want.
Thank you so much, because it's really important. This is one of the most frequent question, and yes, it's not mandatory to speak French. Maybe to have some French values, but not to speak French, because all the programs are in English. Thank you so much.
Have French classes.
Yeah.
So
you can take French classes, yeah, if you want to learn.
There is a question for you. Does emlyon offer French classes on campus? Yes.
Yeah.
So So, do you have some questions for emlyon? Maybe more. Small question.
No. Everything was clear.
Hello, small question.
What kind of entry-level positions does graduate? When you leave for the programme Grande École, you get a master's degree. So I would say that entry-level position would be junior executive. Mostly, it depends. It depends on your internships and everything. But we make you I mean you have to finish your studies on the internship. So it means that you are already working when you finish your studies. So like in 90% of cases, you're employed in the company that you were working for in the internship. So yeah,
And it also depends on which kind of enterprise you are going in. I mean, it depends. Even if you may go in a bank or in a commercial business or in accounting. How can I say it? Accounting? Consulting, yeah, consulting group. So it really depends on which, yeah.
Which sector you're working. Yes.
Yeah.
And if you have more questions, I think I will send you all the questions if it's really specific for emlyon, and that's it. Yeah. We can wait for just a moment. If you have
are there any merit only based scholarships? Scholarships are for you.
Yes. So, yes, there is merit scholarships for the first year. And oh, sorry, yeah. So merit scholarship only for the first year, and for the second year there is academic scholarship based on your marks and academic result of the first year.
So thank you so much. Maybe another one.
Il faut savoir si les admissibles à la dernière session.
You will know on May 14. You will have the results, the admission, the eligibility results to take the interview on May 15. The eligibility results.
Yes. It's for all schools.
Okay. Yes, for the 5 schools. So maybe you will have chance to be eligible to do the interview for the 5 schools, or because you will be chosen by all the schools, or maybe just 2 schools, maybe any schools. We will see. Just the last one. And don't worry, now we will follow the webinar with the second part, that is the technical part about the application process to do your application through Join a School in France, because Join a School in France is the international way to do a master's in France. And but you can do, if you just want to go to emlyon there is the direct way. So you just have to go to emlyon on the website and to call them. But if you want to have if you are an international student and you don't know exactly what to do and what schools you want to do, you have join a school in France. That is the international way to apply for 5 top ranked schools, including emlyon Business School. Can you please turn
They wanted to know.
Yes.
I mean, they were talking about the alumni, that's right? Or how many students do we have right now? I think it's yeah, we have about 7,200 students in our different campuses. Yeah, that's it. How much does the language factor come into play in France? If you speak English, you're already better than half of us. So, I mean, in France, we don't really speak English, but it's really useful because you will have something different for this particular business market. Yeah.
In big companies, multinational companies, yeah, it's mandatory, almost mandatory to speak English.
Yeah. You don't always have to speak French. You can just manage with English. It's fine. They wanted to know if you interviews. Oh,
okay. So thank you so much, emlyon, for your participation. And if I have some question specifically for you, I will send you by email all the questions and for the students.
Okay, no
Thank you
problem.
so much, and I
Thank
hope to
you.
see you again
Bye,
for our next
everyone.
webinar. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.
So hello everyone, this is the second part about the requirements to be eligible to do a master's in management in France. So I represent Join a School in France represents 5 top ranked business schools that are in France, and they are ESCP Europe, HEC Paris, emlyon Business School, Audencia Business School, and Schema Business School. An important point to apply through Join a School in France is that speaking English is mandatory, but you don't have to speak French. You can have some French values. It's better to be attracted by France, but speaking French is not mandatory. And you will have to hold a bachelor degree or a license or the equivalent in a foreign country, so not in France. Your diploma must be recognized in your country and not it will not you must it must be a foreign diploma and not a French diploma. And to go through Join a School in France, you just have to go online to go on our website joinasschoolinfrance.com, and you will choose your sector. So here it's for management, the Master in Management. So you just have to click on Master in Management, and you will start your online application. And you will see that on this online application, you will have to submit some documents, and the documents are the academic transcripts, the diploma that must be recognized in your country, your passport or an identity card, a photo, an English test. Regarding the English test is mandatory if you're not a native English speaker, or if your studies were not in English. If you studied all the courses in English, you are not obliged to do an English test. And if you're English, you don't have to do. Moreover, you will have to submit also your written test. A written test is the logic test and the official score. So it's really important to have the official score, but sometimes you will not be able to upload the official score because it takes time to have it. So you can upload the scores that are not official, and because we have some specific access to these scores, and we will see if it's okay for you. But at the end of the application, you have to complete your application with the official score. It's really important. Then you have to respect the delay. So now it's a little bit it's too late because it's the last session, but the next session will be in November, and you will have to respect the delay, the deadline, and you will have all of the information about this in September. And of course, Join School in France team is international. I have very good colleagues that are here to answer to your email. So the email address is Join School in France. This is the email address. So you can ask all your questions. You can call us. You can. There is all of the information on our website. That is joinuschoolinfrance.com. And you can start your online application. This is really simple. The amount to apply through Join School in France is 190 euros because we will send your application to the 5 business schools. So you just have to do one online application for 5 business schools. So this is a real advantage for you. And we speak English, we can speak Spanish, we can speak Portuguese, we can, that's why we are an international team. And sometimes we have some intern at Join School in France that speak German, that speak Turkish. So there is a lot, this is a real international community. As I said before, why you will choose to do a master's in France through Join School in France? It's because you have the opportunity to apply to 5 business schools just once, and with only one online application. But if you just want to do a master's in France at HEC Paris, you can't apply twice. Okay, so you have to choose the way that you will apply. So then, when your application will be completed, we will check all the documents, and if it's okay, if your application is okay, you will receive an email regarding the announcement of the eligibility to do the interviews. The interviews will be in a French embassy, a Campus France, Lycée Français, in our partner schools, or in Chamber of Commerce, all over the world. So if you are in Canada, in New York, in Beijing, whatever the country where you live in, we will organize an interview if you are selected by the schools. To be Is it okay for you? Can you hear me? Is it okay? Okay. Thank you. For example, if only one school wants to selects you, you will have the chance to do an interview. But and it will be for the 5 schools. We will organize an interview for you in the country of your choice and in the city of your choice, and the interview will be around 20 or 30 minutes in English or in French. But if you choose to speak French during your interview, you have to know that you will be tested on your English level, and the jury will be composed of alumni. Alumni are former students from all of these 5 schools, and you will be tested about questions about personal skills, skills, motivation, and general culture. Then, after this interview, the jury members will write all the criteria about you, and Join a School in France will receive your results regarding this interview. We will send the result of this interview to the 5 schools, and the 5 schools will evaluate again all your application with the result of these interviews, and then you will have the admission results. So the admission results will be on the respective website of each schools, and you just have to you will have to go on each website and to check your results if you are admitted or not. Exactly. The board will be composed of alumni from people from ESCP Europe, HEC Paris, emlyon Business School, Audencia, Schema, and they will evaluate you regarding some criteria. Exactly. Because they are the most I don't know how to say. They are able to judge you on some specific criteria because they studied in these specific schools. That's why we choose alumni to do this. But it can also be people from institutions, French institutions, such as embassies, French embassies, Campus France, Chamber of Commerce, French Chamber of Commerce, etc. Okay, so do you have any questions? More questions, maybe? I hope it was clear for you. Do not hesitate to ask all your questions. My colleague Metap, I think you know Metap, she's really good and she's really expert in candidate questions. So she will answer all your questions by email. You have the email address on the chat, and you have also our website address. So do not hesitate to start your application for the next session and to ask all your questions about the interviews, about the jury members, about your application, how to you have to follow us on. You have to follow us on social network. It's really important because we are really active on social network, and sometimes we can give you some tips to do your online application. For example, we have a lot of posts about the motivation letters, how to write your questions, your motivation questions. how to do an interview. You can go on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel with some tips from candidates during the interviews. So do not hesitate to follow us on this social network. Yes, exactly. For the last questions, even if you want to go to emlyon or Audencia, if you are whatever. For example, we are obliged to have 2 jury members. So it can be an alumni from Audencia and from HEC Paris, and you want to go to emlyon. It's the same because we have common criteria to apply for this masters, because it's quite the same masters but in different schools. That's why this is a common process, and there is no problem if it's a jury member who come from HEC Paris and you want to go to ESCP because ESCP is your favorite choice. Okay, you're welcome. So I hope you have all of the information that you need. Do not hesitate to ask me your questions by email, and I hope that you will be in France last year. Bye bye.